I like Dark Souls for the simple fact that I don't understand the story and I don't really care to. I just like the aesthetic. I think
cool. Dark Souls 1 is like peak lore though.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't know shit about the lore in Dark Souls. I don't know a fucking single thing about it. I'm like,
Don't
wow,
need to.
this tree has a fucking nutsack. That's awesome.
Yo, that shit when you talk about the nut tree, and I finally saw that thing.
Yeah, I went to Alfonso. I was like, dude, you're gonna get to this part where this tree has a giant nutsack. You're gonna lose your shit.
I did not believe him. And then he just fucking starts dangling in my face. He's, you have to hit it, bro. Hey, this is Alfonso from the future. We fucked up with the audio in the beginning.
John fucked up. I fucked up. Blame me. It's fine.
John fucked up with the audio in the beginning, and so part of this is coming through an iPhone. But hey, this is just a testament to the quality of iPhone. If you like the audio, we'll see. But yeah.
It gets fixed after like 15, 20 minutes or whatever.
Like 10.
But yeah, not even.
Sorry about that.
I'm John.
I'm Alfonso.
I'm Darren.
Welcome to the Scat Cast. We don't know either.
Nope.
We don't. I was just curious. So I know we talked off camera the other day about one of the things was Springtrap and Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
That was one of them. But with that going on, and also with like Marvel Rivals just had Ultron and stuff too. Fortnite had a whole fucking season themed around Star Wars and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kind of curious, is there any like one particular crossover that you really want to happen from like anything in particular?
Halo and Helldivers.
That fits really well,
like
actually.
ODST armor or like the Halo assault rifle or battle rifle in Helldivers.
That would fit really well.
They want to do it.
Yeah.
Like they asked the dev on Twitter, or it might have been the CEO, but they were like, yeah, so we have like this. It's like a timeline, but it's like of IPs.
Yeah.
And it's like, where would you draw the line for Helldivers crossovers? And he drew the line right at like Halo ODSTs. And like after that was like Space Marines and Spartans and shit. And they're like, yeah, we never touched that because it's not like in the, the realm of like what a Helldiver is.
Yeah.
And did it at like an ODST from Halo, which is essentially a Helldiver. Like they're literally called Helljumpers. Like there's a book about ODSTs called Helljumpers.
Yeah.
It's probably the inspiration, honestly. Before that was like the Imperial Guard from Warhammer, Starship Troopers, some Terminator stuff like that,
Yeah.
So like cannon fire, but giving them a story.
Yeah.
I feel like Space Marines could work.
Not as a Helldiver.
They're not fire.
No, that's what I'm saying. They would have to be like an opposing faction, though.
Yeah.
I think that would work. I was going to say, because like I've been thinking a lot about like Marvel versus DC stuff. Because like I know they're always trying to make it happen and it's like never happened.
They're trying.
So there's been like comics and stuff before. And they're actually making another comic again for the first time in like 20 years now. They're doing like a Batman Deadpool comic.
That could work.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
That's a weird matchup.
No, because Deadpool. The reason why is because
Batman's bounce off each other.
Batman's a straight man, so he's not. It's gonna be like, okay, there's a weird dimensional nigga that can't die.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm Batman, and the Devil's like, get a load of this guy.
Well, like compared to what Batman's seen is probably a walk in the park. Right?
Yeah, it's just
exactly.
Joker, but not as threatening.
Yeah. Because I know NetherRealm, like the guys who make Mortal Kombat and stuff, they were trying to make one for a while.
DC?
Yeah.
Like Marvel v DC
kind
of thing?
Yeah, because they make Injustice.
Okay.
So, yeah, they're thinking about making like a Marvel versus DC one. But, like, either that or a movie. Like, for Marvel versus DC.
Would work.
I don't know.
I feel like a movie would be way too confusing.
I've seen a lot of people.
It'd be more popular than the latter.
Yeah.
True, if it was done well, but like I feel like
it would do better regardless.
I think it would easily be $1 billion movie.
Yeah,
I feel like a game would. If a
game might be better than the movie, but
like a good game might be better because if it was like a fighting game.
I think the game might be better, but I don't think it would make as much money as the movie would.
Not off a sale ticket purchases.
The gaming industry makes more than the movie industry, though.
It does. Like,
yeah, but that's like as a whole, though. That's like because depending on what the game is, unless it was like a live service that just makes a shit ton of money or something, like I can't imagine it would like make $1 billion. That's crazy.
Yeah, imagine like a live service like Marvel v DC fighting game. I don't know. Maybe shit ton
kind of like multiverse.
I don't know. If they did it well, they could definitely make more than like a movie.
Yeah. Because you can do like the skins and all.
Maybe not like within the first couple months, but like long term, you'd see.
Yeah, I kind of could see that. With a movie, my thing with the movie is like you would have to not explain them like crossing universes, but like what would like basically if you're grabbing the strongest characters from both verses, what are they fighting? You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to make the stakes good, and if you make them fight each other, it's basically just like more injustice. Like, okay, who cares?
Well, why did they have to fight each other?
That's why would you want them to see them fight each other? They have to fight something
because it's cool. Team up with the Avengers and
what's a plausible
the Legions of Doom and the Cabal. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
cool.
Then it's just like
I haven't been recording.
Then it's
wait. I haven't been recording. My fault.
Oh my god.
It's all good.
Wait, so should we just start over? Like, completely?
Nah, it's cool. Just like
Do you think the camera audio will be good enough?
Yeah, we'll do some editing magic. We'll have some kind of a fucking message on there. I'm sorry that you have to figure something out there. It's my fault. I completely.
Sorry, gang.
I watched the fucking screensaver pop up and I was like, fuck. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Marvel, like, what
I was basically like, why do they have to fight each other? Why can't the Justice
Because it's
League-
cool.
I think
you have to at a certain
I
point.
don't want to see them fight each other.
Even in the
unless it's
Avengers movie, they all fought each
If
other.
it's a small fight, like a skirmish or something, whatever. But I'd rather them fight a big bad. But I can't think of a big bad.
I would personally rather have the villains team up and the heroes team up. Like the Legion of Doom team up with the
But do you
Cabal,
like the villains are all kind of
Avengers and the
egotistical? Why would they
Justice
team up with each other? That's my whole thing. It's like
League. Make up a fucking reason. You're the writer, not me.
that's what I'm saying. That wouldn't be a compelling. Like it would have to be something to where
They
like
definitely find some reasons for them to team up. with
I
each other.
don't remember why it happened in the comics. I can't remember at all.
Mhm.
Because I remember like they didn't like each other. Like
I feel like both villains would hate each other the way they
yeah,
do
like
things.
Joker met Red Skull.
Yeah,
and
they
he's
fucking
like,
hate each other. I don't like Nazis.
Oh yeah,
that's exactly what he said. Yeah,
It's like I'm an anarchist, not a Nazi.
I'm an American.
yeah.
See, like that's what I'm like there's two because villains are egotistical, so like they're two ideological, whatever the fucking word is. But I would be okay if it was like basically villains start taking over parts of the world and their heroes, like basically the villains had it on lockdown. Like let's say the DC villains just locked down South America and just ran like the biggest like drug ring on the planet. And then like the Marvel villains took over like Russia or some shit and turned into like basically World War III.
Sounds like something they would do.
But I'm saying like
I'm just imagining Doomsday taking over Brazil for like no fucking reason.
But and then like the one Marvel guy goes into like DC territory and like
No, that's
we're
what they
just
did
gonna-
in Young Justice. You had the
Is it? I only saw the first season.
who was it? It was the immortal guy. What's his name?
Superman?
No. he's
Dr. Fate?
No, he's a
Oh,
villain.
that's a good one. Oh, I don't know.
He was the main antagonist of the Doomsday
Darkseid?
comic.
Oh.
it was the one where
Like the Legion of Doom movie thing?
yeah, he took Batman's contingencies.
I don't remember that guy's
Yes,
name.
I know what you're talking
But
about.
he was the main
guy,
villain of.
He looked like Abraham Lincoln or some shit.
Yeah,
I don't remember who he was.
He was the main villain of Young Justice season 1, and like essentially that's what it was. They just fought in like Africa and South America the entire season.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
But if they did something like that where the villains just straight up did their own thing and like they're causing so much of a ruckus because they're so chaotic that like the heroes can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
And that could be a good move for me. It's more of like it's not like they're fighting to win. They're fighting to do damage control because it's already fucked.
I don't know, like for me, like because James Gunn already has a relationship with Marvel, I could see it working.
In the future, like the next 10 years, I could definitely see a movie coming soon. Maybe because James Gunn and the Russo brothers are like, you know what, fuck it. Let's lock in.
Yeah,
type
because
shit.
they would make a shit ton of money if they did that.
Because their names are attached and we know they write good movies. It wouldn't be like if it was a no name, I feel like it would be very, very heavily criticized because everyone would look like, all right, what is this nigga doing? Like
It's someone who's been part of the Marvel machine who's made a DC thing.
If the presentation is good, I think it could be. Like I'm saying, I'm not saying it can't be done. Either of your plots, I'm saying like, it can't. It's not that it can't be done.
I think it's
just
gonna
that,
be popular regardless, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
it could be like the most terrible shitty
Like the
slop
names
of all
Marvel
time.
and DC are going to carry.
yeah. It definitely does have hype around it for sure.
Did you have any?
Like crossovers?
Yeah, because I know Darren had one. I had one.
Not in particular because like it's not weird, but like I don't like my. It's not that I don't like my games touching, but like I've never like played Monster Hunter. But like you know what, I really just want to play this fucking Ryu right now, even though they have those type of collabs.
I was gonna say what's funny is you can play as Akuma in Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I've
That's
never.
the
I
funny
got
shit of
you
all
for
time.
Christmas last year.
What did you? Well, it was
Or not last year, like 2024.
Wait, what happened?
I remember
No,
it was Chainsaw
2023.
Man ramen bowl. That's all I remember.
2023? Did I get? It was either, no, it might have been your birthday.
It might have
I got you a crossover. You don't know what
I'm
it was?
trying to remember what it is. Not off the top of my head. Can you
It
remind
was
me?
Transformers and My Little Pony.
Yes, I still have that in my
yeah.
bookshelf. Yes, I did.
That shit's hard.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was okay. If it's a funny crossover, what's a funny crossover like that? I wouldn't mind. I guess Transformers or My Little Pony, either or, and like Marvel Ride would be kind of silly. Imagine like Jeff the Shark and like a fucking pony just fucking your whole team.
I've seen a lot of people now that Springtrap is in Dead by Daylight that want Scooby Doo.
Yo!
Because they've done gory stuff before because they had Velma. Like there's like a shit ton of gore in Velma and everything, so they're not like afraid to do it.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have to go that crazy with it. They could just have you play as like Fred and Shaggy and shit. They don't have to have like a killer.
Oh my god!
They could.
Imagine zoinks and you just
Yeah, that'd be funny as fuck.
And then like Shaggy's perk is just running fast as fuck. Like you cannot catch this nigga ever. And then Fred like instead of like he can actually dismantle like their hooks.
Yeah,
because he's the trap king. That'd be fun.
Hard like a Batman Beyond, Spider-Man 2099 like detective series would do.
God, you know there were
Batman Beyond was when Bruce died and he was mentoring someone.
He wasn't dead actually.
He was just mentoring.
He was just
the
a mentor.
Yeah.
That's okay.
like retired.
He
from
brought his
Batman.
back broken or something. Like he was just disabled or something.
No, he just quit.
he just got old.
No, that's what's wrong.
He quit because he almost killed someone.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He was some bad.
He had a gun.
Yeah.
He just fucking pointed a gun.
He
at
pointed
someone.
a gun at somebody and they ran away. He was like, "Oh no, what have I done?"
Yeah.
I used fear.
I saw someone explain the Batman gun thing in a way that makes a lot more sense to me now.
Does it feel like he betrayed himself because
It's
he was going to take the
trauma-related,
easy
isn't it?
out?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it's
I saw that
because
too.
a lot of people were like, "Oh, if he crosses that line, he's never going to come back," and like all that shit. But really, what it is yeah, it's a trauma thing because he like watched his parents get murdered. He physically cannot use a gun.
It'd be
Like-
reliving that moment in his head.
Yeah,
Because he's now the gunman that killed
It's
his parents.
PTSD.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, because that's why he wants to be Batman because he wants to like make sure that no kids grow up the
Experience
way that he did. Yeah.
yeah.
So it makes sense. Like, it goes well into like what his whole thing is.
Yeah, and then like when he's at that point, he like gets anxiety and freaks out. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I respect that though.
Yeah. Trauma stopped him from being a murderer. Yippee.
I just watched Batman Begins and Dark Knight
The live
with
action
my
ones?
girlfriend.
God.
And then she like, I don't know, this is a really weird take of her, but we're watching the movie and she looks at me, she's
Which
like,
one begins with Dark Knight?
both.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the movie, throughout both movies, she's like, I'm sorry, I just can't take him seriously.
Really?
He's like a dude who dresses up as a fucking rodent. And then he, like a rich guy who dresses up as like a fucking rodent and just goes to the people with a deep voice and he sounds like this, and oh, I'm Batman.
His voice
And
is
that darkness.
fucking stupid in those movies. I can't lie. And I'm not gonna lie, I like The Dark Knight a lot, but his suit in those movies fucking sucks. Like that is like one
Is
of
that the one with
worst.
the memes all about that suit? Is that the suit
What?
that's memed on? Or is
I
that
don't
the... That
I
might
actually
be
like the one.
Justice
I don't
League
like the one in Batman Begins. It's like very bulky.
Yeah.
It's like, but in the Dark Knight movie, they it literally begins with him getting a new bat suit where he like I want it to be less durable but more flexible, and I liked how that one looked. The one in the Dark Knight Rises, I remember not liking as a kid.
Yeah. The whole thing to me with like the Christian Bale Batman shit, that is the one where more than anything else, you can tell that motherfucker is Christian Bale underneath that mask. He has that fucking lisp and everything whenever he talks. Like that motherfucker is not fooling anyone when he runs
He's
around.
still my like favorite depiction of Batman though. After rewatching those films,
I don't think because he doesn't do anything. Like he's active for like one night in Batman Begins. There's like a 3-year time skip until The Dark Knight, and then he's retired for 7 years and The Dark Knight Rises happens. He's
I haven't
active.
rewatched The Dark Knight Rises yet, but he was definitely out for more than one night. And
There was
Batman
like
Begins.
there was like a 7-year fucking time jump between The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises.
I've never watched. Okay, yeah, but
and
that's
it's
crazy.
literally and it's literally like
I didn't
I'm
know
getting
it was
back
a-
in yeah.
I
This
didn't
is
know.
so goofy.
I don't like that suit.
This is
I'm
goofy
telling
as
you.
fuck. The Batman Begins one?
Yeah, it's like look at it with the actual actor inside of it. It's just really bulky when he moves around in it. Like I don't like it.
Yeah.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I've always
See, like fatty looks.
Yeah, he does look pretty chody.
I've always complained.
Chody.
I don't know, like I don't like the way the cowl looks or anything either. Like the mask doesn't look good to me.
They gave him angles for some reason.
Yeah.
They put like angles on him. Like they force angles into his they chiseled his forehead for some reason. It's the fucking cowl. Why do we need to know his forehead dimensions? It just looks too blocky.
What are you talking about?
Oh, my phone. It's getting dark. Look at his forehead. You see how they actually make like dimensions? Like they make creases. Like they make
So
fake
it looks like it's skin.
yeah. They make it look fitted when it's not. Like it's a fucking giant rubber thing, but they're trying to make it angled.
I really like the Pattinson costume though too.
I think
that looks like a fucking Batman Terminator. This shit is built.
Yeah.
I think that one or honestly the Batman vs Superman suit are my favorite ones.
Batman
I don't know. I don't know if it's just Batfleck or like his proportions or something, but he also looks really chody to me.
I
Like
like
more so than
I like that he's really wide. I don't know. And I also
one?
like the Batman vs Superman one. I just like that he's really wide.
I also don't like how fat the bat is on his chest. Like, I know it's
Yeah.
from the comic that it's based off of.
I also like the fact that it's like the only one that has gray as well. All the other Batman
That is
suits in
nice.
live
That
action
is-
are
I'll
like
give you
just
that.
straight black
Yeah,
the entire time.
I like that. I don't know. I think it's just the actor's proportions that gets me. I don't like the big ass bat on his chest.
Yeah.
Too.
Whichever person ends up playing Batman in like the James Gunn movies.
And they already
show him in the Flash movie at the end?
Well, that was the George Clooney one from like the 90s.
No, at the end.
That's George Clooney from the 90s. Yeah, it was George Clooney from the 90s.
That was a cameo?
Yeah.
Oh.
At the end of the movie, yeah.
At the very end?
Yeah. That was George Clooney from the 90s.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, Michael Keaton was the one like throughout most of the movie.
I was getting them mixed up. Yeah.
But
the fucking bat nipple one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if they do that live action one is like the fucking blue and gray, that shit would be so hard to me. I really hope that's what they end up doing.
Because that's the classic Superman outfit, right?
Well, Batman.
Well, I'm saying like, but in that movie, they have the.
No, it's actually a compilation of various. Suits. It has like the Kingdom Come logo. It has like the original, it has the All Star Superman like kind of fit to it, and, like the color scheme.
Yeah, it's got the trunks and everything.
It's got like the what's the New 52 like lines on it.
Yeah.
Also, it's a younger Superman, so New 52, but. It's like a compilation of things, but it looks nice. Like
looks clean.
Like especially because that Batman movie is supposed to be about Batman and Robin. I just think like the blue and gray with like the red and green and yellow of Robin, it would just fit well. You know what I mean? I just think Batman and Robin
all black.
Is that Batman movie the one with Robert Pattinson or a different one?
They haven't decided yet, from what I understand.
It's still in the air.
Yeah, like from what I understand, they want
to give Robert Pattinson a Robin?
Yeah, but they also don't want to step on like their toes and be like, if you want this to be its own thing, you can.
They don't want to force them into the DCEU.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Which I understand, but at this point, it's going to take like such a long time. I don't even know.
I wouldn't mind if they incorporated it.
Because my only thing is, I think that him and the David Cornsweet Superman would look really fucking cool next to each other.
Yeah,
like I want to see them interact, but I also feel like it doesn't make any sense for that Batman to have a Robin yet, you know what I mean?
Wait, because Batman gets Robin when he's a little older.
Well, because the Batman and Robin movie they're making is about Damian.
So he has a son.
Yeah. He has to be old enough to have a son who's old enough to be Robin, yeah.
Okay.
So at least like 11 or 12, yeah.
Yeah, so he has to be at least 30 something for that to even be feasible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which I mean, Robert Pattinson is 30.
Yeah, I'm saying 30s and like, it would have to be that Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne fucking 30. Around in his 20s.
Yeah.
That Batman wasn't a playboy though. He's like a brooding incel.
Loner. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if they have a pretty long time jump in between the Batman and Batman Part 2, they could play it off.
Like that could be his origin story. Then like this is like 10 years of him established.
Well, it's supposed to be like based off of Batman Year One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like that movie came out in like 2022. So the sequel is not going to come out like 2028 at this point.
Did they say what for?
It was supposed to be in originally 2026, but they delayed it to 2027. And then they just started writing it now. So I think they're going to delay it again, realistically. Yeah. And if that's the case, it's going to be like 6 years in between movies. You can realistically play that off as him getting older. So you could do some shit like that if you really wanted to.
If they write it now. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know like the director had some like, I don't know, he had like a family death or something happen. So like that's why a lot of like delays and stuff happen. But I think now he's starting to get back on
honestly, so aside, how do y'all feel about like when like you're waiting on a product and then some real life shit happens to the person making that product? Do you get angry that they didn't just, suck it up and make the product? Or
why would I?
No,
because
what the fuck?
How entitled are you?
No, some people get that angry, and I was trying to. Is there a rationale to that anger? Like, is there a certain line for you personally? Okay, you shouldn't be able. Your emotions shouldn't cloud your job. Like, even when it comes to like entertainment, so I'm like, do you ever okay, it's been like, you know what I mean? Is there like a line where like, okay, there's customer service and me being a human being?
I think it depends on the job.
Depends on the job for you? Okay, that's fair.
But if it's like something I'm consuming, like a movie, book, show.
Take as much time as you need, that's
art,
usually.
Yeah, it's like music. It's like. Yeah.
It's art.
So you like, okay.
Yeah, why would you want to like rush art? Gotcha. You know what I mean?
No, that's
I mean, if it's not ready, it's not ready. What the fuck am I going to do about it? I don't know.
Yeah. That's why was Zack Snyder and everything. That's why he ended up not making the original Justice League.
Because he was rushed or because he had too much going on in
because his wife died.
His daughter.
Oh, daughter died.
Yeah, so that's what ended up happening. And everyone was like, no, you should have still made him make it.
I heard people bitching and moaning about something like that.
Because they were like, no, you should have still made him make it the movie. And like all this, I was like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
it's that type. I'm like, is there a rationale to it? But I'm like it depends on the situation, honestly, when it comes down to it.
Obviously, not everyone who wanted the Snyder Cut to come out was like that. But I did see some people who like dead ass said some shit like that. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I can't imagine like seeing someone who makes a thing that you like
go through a traumatic experience,
and you're like, no, fuck you, like,
give the hell my slop.
That's crazy.
Just sitting there with a fat ass belly. I'm starving.
Like that's just crazy. I saw So when Toriyama died like a while ago.
Yeah, it was like in March.
Like last year or some shit. But he had like a successor picked out and everything. And I've already seen a couple of people like calling him a fraud and shit. Like Toriyama. They're like, oh no, Fraudiyama, blah, 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 blah.
What happened?
I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Where did they come from?
This motherfucker made Dragon Ball.
I swear to God, it's the JJK niggas knowing that their like ending was very controversial. Now they're just crashing out another fan because it was really quiet. I've noticed that because like they're leaking into the Chainsaw Man community. Like
I think that's just the archetype of people that get mad at every little thing, or they want it's like rage bait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's probably
that's fair.
It's probably.
Like, I don't know where the fuck those people came from, but they're just everywhere. On Twitter.
Yeah.
Instagram, you know.
This is my fault for using Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah. It's like they're just mad at the world.
I deleted my Twitter account.
I don't blame you.
And I
never look
back.
I don't blame you at all.
You're just at peace now.
Yeah, it's like somebody like I'm listening to a podcast and they're like, "Oh, I linked a Twitter thing," and I'm like, "Guess I'm not looking at it." Shit.
Yeah,
because you can't look at it if you don't have an account.
Yeah.
Like jumbles it up or just tells you to make an account.
So does TikTok. They're like, gotta get into
Well, TikTok's weird. Like 50-50. Whenever somebody sends me a link, sometimes I'll be able to click on it and view it in the web browser. The other half of the time, it will lock me out and tell me to sign in.
Yep.
So whenever people send me a link, I'm like, can you just download that and send it to me?
Yeah.
Or something. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I give artists time. I do think that's like only fair because like, you know,
I mean, that movie or book or video game is not that important. It's really not.
No, whenever like video games or movies or shit get delayed, I read the header and I'm like, oh, okay, that sucks. Anyway.
Like, because even then, like, I'll bring up
every time I see a delay, I think it's a good thing.
I was gonna say it comes to a point. How do you like y'all?
It's like, oh, I might have played that. I might have not. I don't know.
For me, it's like Hollow Knight Silk
really
Song
care about
is a
like
very good point to bring up with that because like. It's been delayed since 2019, and they've talked about it 3 times since 2019.
Yeah. And they're a smaller studio too, aren't they?
Yeah,
they have Disney. They have Nintendo money now, so it's kind of hard to say how small they are. I just know they've had Nintendo money. Since
having a higher budget doesn't equate always to having just more people working on the project.
Yeah, no, they're not like a Nintendo studio or something.
No, like with the hybrid, wouldn't that just give you like more access to resources though? So therefore, like technically they could if managed.
Yeah, but that doesn't
properly.
mean more staff.
It doesn't mean more staff.
I think if anything, they're
probably.
I think if anything, they're probably just helping them publish on the Switch. I don't think they're actually like funding the game or something.
Paying for ads and shit. Okay,
that's part of it.
Maybe.
Yeah, like, I can't imagine
because it's been in production so
game.
long that also inflates the cost.
Yeah,
so I mean,
it's kind of like with the Cuphead stuff. Like Microsoft doesn't own Cuphead, but they help like produce and market and all that stuff for Cuphead.
Oh, so basically saying Oh, okay.
So like a lot of people consider Cuphead to be like an Xbox game for that reason.
Gotcha. Okay, I kind of see what you're saying. So it could be like Nintendo's just giving them money, and then like they're the ones still trying to have to make the product.
Yeah,
it could be
because that's the same thing where it's a smaller studio and that's like very like passionate developers have a very specific way they do their thing. Because like in Cuphead, it's all like hand drawn and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's not how they do it in Hollow Knight, but it's pretty fucking close.
It's very tedious how they make shit.
Yeah.
3742. But what was I gonna say?
It's pretty tedious how they make everything in.
It is pretty tedious how, but with Hollow Knight, it's more of like I feel like there's a certain line of like because even the Hollow Knight fans were like they weren't blaming the devs, they were just like starting to make like shit posts and like they were just like blaming you like, oh my god, when is it coming? But I'm like, is there like a line? It's like when you say you're gonna drop, like what's that one game everyone's been waiting on that's never come, like Half-Life 3 or some shit like this? Oh, we're gonna make it.
Well, they haven't made it, so
no, that like
they announced Half-Life 3. That was like 2004.
Yes.
Oh,
and now it's 20 years later. I was just like,
that's the thing is that the Half-Life 1 is funny to me because they never canceled the game. Ever. Like that's the funniest shit to me.
Oh, it's just still in development.
Yeah. Oh. Well, it has been in development for 20 years. Like there's been leaks. It's actually been in development for 20 fucking years.
This has to be the greatest fucking money. Whoever is the dev in fucking Half-Life is just living.
Valve has this really unique way they approach making games. They basically let developers have like free reign over their projects, and then whenever they think they have something, they'll present it. And then they kind of want it to be like the gold standard, like the platinum standard. They
want you to come with gold every time.
Yeah, they want you to come with platinum or like uranium. Like they
want you to
change the fucking gaming industry.
Yeah, every single game they make
if it
has to be revolutionary.
If it doesn't live up to that like platinum standard,
they throw it back in the
oven.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that what's going on with Deadlock? I know there's an open beta for a bit.
Probably.
I
have no idea.
Because I think that, because I know Deadlock, they had it out for a bit, then they put it back in the vault. So I think it might be one of those then.
It took them 8 years to make Helldivers 2. and like halfway through that, they had to completely restart the game because they changed engines.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah,
I hate shit like that.
Okay, so maybe Half-Life 2 is just coming out on the PS.
but it's not like anybody hyped Helldivers 2 up before it launched.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I think Half-Life 3 will come out in the next couple of years because there's been like more and more stuff coming out about it. I deadass during the Game Awards expected Half-Life to get announced during like the last one. I don't remember why, but there was like something going around where there was like
buzz about it.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was specifically, but like I would not at all be surprised if it actually comes out in the next like couple.
Well, that's
years.
the same thing with like GTA. GTA is what, like 10 years?
It came out 2013.
So
it's 12 years.
12 years in
It'll
development?
be 13 by the time it comes out.
Yeah, so maybe that's plausible.
It's been on
waited this long.
3 different consoles.
Yeah,
3 generations. I mean,
on 3 generations.
Because you know, on the PS3, PS4,
there used to be
PS5.
There were 3 GTA games on the 360. And then GTA 5 got 3 Xboxes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now by the time that GTA 6 comes out, the PS6 is going to come out like 2 years later.
And then they just have to like, you know, $10 upgrade for that, you know, whatever.
Yeah. I hope they at the very least add like DLC campaigns and stuff to this one. It sucked that they didn't do that with 5.
Was that a thing they've done in the past? It's like San Andreas.
5 was supposed to have DLC, but they canceled it.
For 6?
No, they canceled it for online stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, online stuff had like a shit ton of DLC. Like that was updated for like years.
It's still getting updated.
Yeah. But
Okay.
the actual like story stuff in the game was
So I guess they just
different.
kind of pick and chose. Like online's more popular, so just focus on that.
Because they made a shit ton of money off of GTA Online.
I mean, they do add like narrative content to online.
What are the-
yeah, there's like
Yeah.
a separate story in online.
How do you make money on online? Like, is it like microtransactions?
Yeah.
chart cards?
Yeah.
You buy in-game money,
Can't you just rob a bank?
or
Yeah, but it's very grindy.
whenever something comes up, people tell their friends to buy the game who don't already have it. It's something like that.
Yeah. GTA is the second highest selling game of all time. So
Yeah.
Why is it? Can you explain the grind? I'm a little lost.
if
Like,
you want to buy
GTA 5 is so fucking grindy.
Yeah, it is. If you want to buy an island, it costs about as much money as it would to buy an island in real life. That's a lot of banks
But
you
you
gotta
gotta-
rob.
Yeah. A lot of heist.
Okay.
Or you could be like me and just hack money in.
Yeah.
okay.
Which a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people pay people to hack
So
money for them.
how, on average, how much do you
Cheaper
get
than
from a
shark
bank?
cards.
Like 30,000.
Well, so they have heists. Like that's the main thing.
Generally, you get about 1.5 to 2 million spread across your group, which is 4 players per heist, and then
So-
you get to choose how like the
Yeah, the
percentage, of money
percentage and everything,
each person
yeah.
gets. Like, oh, this person spent the most money setting up this heist, so they'll get like 50%, and
Gotcha.
meanwhile we'll split the other 50% 3-way kind of thing. That's how we usually do it.
Got you. And then to buy like a $350 million island, you're going to be doing a lot
It's
of
like a
heist.
fucking nice car you like in the game. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even do that because like
Because you'll have to do like 3 heists to get 1 car.
like you can get a car after one heist, right? But
Yeah.
logically, you want to spend money on things that get you more money, like the clubs and the drug businesses they have in the game. So it's
It's almost like a fucking what's that farming
It's like-
game with the animals?
it's like
Animal Crossing?
I was saying like a tycoon, but
A tycoon Animal Crossing. It's basically you have to make shit. You have to make.
It's like,
Your
yeah,
money make
choose
money
the
for you.
short-term enjoyment, which is what a fucking video game is for, or you could choose the grind. So it's, I don't like how they do that.
Okay.
but it's like they have like hundreds of different cars you can buy.
And that's why the microtransactions, because you just want to
Yeah.
take a shortcut and get the thing.
Yeah, you want to have the cars, you want to have all the fucking planes. And
But you have to
jets
buy
and-
storage for the cars too.
Yeah, you have to buy different garages. You have to buy hangars for your planes.
They got y'all in a chokehold.
If you want to
bruh.
do a heist, you have to have money because you have to spend money setting up the heist.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
they got you. They
That
got
being
you.
said, GTA Online is really, really fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
Like it's grindy, but it's like the fun kind of grind. But you get burnt out after. A
I
little
think
bit.
you need friends personally.
Yeah, no, I
think
mean,
you do.
you can't play GTA Online by yourself. That's just weird. I don't know.
You can,
Like you
if
can,
you have,
but it's
if
weird.
you hack money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think I have like 300 hours in GTA 5.
I
or
do
something
too,
like
and it's
that.
all spent fucking around in online.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I still did the campaign and stuff too. The campaign is really good.
It's just one of those games I like going to and just fucking killing
The
people in and
sandbox,
flying
yeah.
and like shooting
Yeah.
like I don't know and
but I'm a
driving
big
cars
fan of
around.
just sandbox games in general.
Yeah.
I've always really liked
I
sandbox
think
games.
Minecraft's the only sandbox game I really truly enjoy. Like I've tried Terraria a couple times.
I don't like Terraria like that.
You have a PC now. Get GTA 5.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna enjoy it, but I'll try it.
You have no reason.
Fucking,
not-
I've played
it's
it
like
before
20
on
bucks
console. That's
or like
what I'm saying.
$15 when it goes on sale.
I played it before on console, and I was just like,
Did you play with other people?
Play with John
us?
Westbrook.
Oh, okay. Like online or
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I tried it out and everything. I like drove the cars and stuff. I was just like, After, I don't know. I just feel like it wouldn't, for me, like real life games don't hold my interest that long. Like I don't even like real life sports games. Like I would never play NBA.
I mean,
like,
neither would I, but like,
that's
What do you mean by
like,
real life?
like anything that has to do like
the
with
modern setting.
Yeah, something based in reality. I'm not really.
I mean, it's not really based in reality because you're not working an office job.
No, based in reality, like
Like-
you fly planes, go to strip clubs, and make drugs. That's just like it's just like simulating real life. How like NBA 2K.
When have you
don't
ever
do
fly
those
the plane?
things in real life.
When have you
I
flown
don't
a
play
plane?
basketball in real life. I wouldn't play NBA. But I'm just saying, like, there's just like certain like real life activities. I guess would be the best way. Like,
It's not a real life activity.
it's close to like a real life activity. I feel like it's a thing.
Why'd you play Minecraft?
Minecraft is the only fun sandbox.
Why'd you grow up playing Call of Duty?
Again,
That's real life stuff. You could do that. You could join the army.
It's multiplayer shooter. I play multiplayer shooter. That's like the
So is
GTA is a
GTA.
multiplayer sandbox game.
it's a sandbox game. It's
There's
not a
shooter.
There's
you can
PvP
play
shit in the
deathmatch.
game.
There's deathmatch.
Why would I do that instead of just play COD or some shit though?
Because it's better.
It's not.
GTA 5 is better.
You haven't played it.
I've played it. I just haven't played
You
multiplayer.
played a heist in GTA.
I've played just story mode shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying. We're talking about GTA Online
I played
with friends.
I don't think I would enjoy it. It looks very boring for me.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I'm just giving. I just know. I know games that will hold my attention and games that won't. It doesn't hold my attention.
How do you know?
I've played enough of it to be.
You haven't given it your attention to begin with.
You played a fucking single player. You don't know. Games are different when you play them with people.
Because then
I was literally just saying you cannot play it by yourself.
Yeah.
Would you play it if you hack money? If I do that?
Yeah, we're not fucking talking about hacking money, Alfonso.
We're talking about the actual content now.
Yeah.
Just I don't. It doesn't look fun. I'm not interested in that game.
Any game is fun with other fucking people. I promise you that.
Among Us is not fun with other people. I've played.
You
it
didn't like Peek Among Us?
No.
You can't even play it without people. What are you talking about?
Exactly. I played with friends, and I don't know. I don't hate the game, but I definitely would not be like, hey guys, let's play Among Us. You know,
I mean, most people don't now, but like there was like the whole phase during like COVID.
even during the phase, I wasn't really
You played with us at the lunch table.
exactly, and I played it because you guys were there. And I was like, it's something to do, but like I was never the one who's like, guys, pull out your phones, let's play fucking Among Us. And that wasn't me. So I was just, like I'm telling you, I'm not, I'm just giving my opinion. I don't care. I don't care if you guys judge me. I said what I said. I said what I said.
You're like a picky eater.
I am a picky
Content.
eater. I'm fine with being picky. I don't think there's anything wrong with being picky.
I said this game is too real for me. What the fuck?
I like my fantasy slop. Give me my
Too many
Call of Duty.
prostitutes. It's too real for me.
And they still takes me back.
God.
Imagine getting ghosted by.
Lester will always text you.
Yeah.
Is that one of the drug dealers?
It's like one of the NPCs that always texts you to do missions. And shit
Oh,
with him.
okay.
He's handicapped.
Lester got nothing but free time, bro.
I call him Lester the Molester.
Are you're fucking with me?
Trevor calls him that.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Trevor calls him that. That makes sense.
Dude, you don't even fuck with Trevor?
I like Trevor than the two black guys. I'm forgetting their names off the top of my head, but I like those guys. They're pretty fun. I told you I played Bit of the Story. Like I got to the meme. I got to the meme. That was really fun when I got to the meme. I was like, oh, there's a thing. Oh, he said the thing.
This guy.
Can a lover come up in your crib? Ah, dude.
What about like Payday?
I played Payday 2, played it for like under 10 hours. Got bored, never touched it again.
Did you play with other people?
Play with other people.
Really?
Yes.
Damn. I think you just don't like friends.
I like friends.
I don't know.
I just, I think I told you, like, when it's just like, Call of Duty is one of the, because I mostly play zombies. I didn't even really play multiplayer. The only game,
fair.
yeah, and zombies was more of a fantasy.
That's all I like
shit.
in COD
Yeah.
anyways. Yeah.
The only
the
like
zombies mode.
the only multiplayer game that I actually like really had fun with was Modern Warfare 3. And the only reason why I liked Modern Warfare 3 so much was because for some reason out of all the COD games, that was the one where like I guess I just locked in at like 12 or 13.
Name the game that doesn't have zombies in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it had a survival mode, which I played a lot too. It was like an AI survival. Like basically the enemies got. But it was because I for some reason I just locked in at 13 or 12 or whatever, and I was just really good at like I prestige, like I hit max prestige in that game because I was that fucking good at like run. I was running lobbies.
Yeah.
And that's why I like that game, because it was just like constantly like that dopamine feedback. Look, they were going to fucking like Havana, the terminal, all that shit. And I was just running their pockets.
Yeah.
And then I would get my shit ran, and I think that's what started my whole like Overwatch thing. Because like when I got my ass beat in Modern Warfare 3, I literally just like I would like look at what guns they used to kill, like the PM20, the MP5 with a fucking silencer and scavenger or some shit, and then I would just run those builds back. And so like that kind of started that. And then when I played Overwatch, it was that same reason. Like once you add it, cause I don't think Modern Warfare 3 had a competitive thing. Like their competitive was like way too sweaty, like team deathmatch. Yeah. I just like not team deathmatch. What's the thing like Search and Destroy? That was their comp. Did not like Search and Destroy. That shit was so fucking. Because then that's when you had like the real campers. That shit blew me, dog.
It's also like you only get one life, and it's like play Call of Duty.
Exactly. It's way too slow.
Chicken. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But yeah, when I got to Overwatch, it was like okay, infinite lives, and like the characters are more wacky and zany, and then I've just been like in the hero shooter side of things ever since. But yeah, I was saying the only realistic game I ever grinded was Modern Warfare 3, and that was just because I was really good at that game. And I had like unlimited free time as a child.
You've always just been a lot more into like fantasy and stuff in general.
Yes. I like the Witcher book series is literally one of my favorite series. Percy Jackson is one of my favorite series.
Yeah.
Fantasy and just like magical shit has always been like my focus. I like the idea. It's the same reason why I like manga more than American comics now, because with manga, they get way more creative with like the powers and the way things work than I would say most American stuff does. And I like more of the creative side of like a video game, not like the reality part of a video game. I guess that's the best way to describe it. So the more real a game is, the less interested in it I am.
I mean,
to a degree.
I was gonna say you can't say it's not creative.
It's not that it's not, but I'm saying
for a realistic.
Well, he's in the fantasy. I feel like a lot of what Western media is doing right now is getting like really sci-fi with stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
because I feel like I usually fuck with sci-fi more than I fuck with fantasy,
which is fair. I remember we talked about this before.
I always love the mix though. Like I think sci-fi fantasy is peak.
Like Destiny is probably really good. Like
the Destiny, Star Wars, and Warhammer sci-fi fantasy peak.
Okay. Yeah, that was all solid. But yeah, that's just where my alignment when it comes to like games and entertainment. I play Marvel Rivals and Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I beat shit with big sticks. I play Magic and I play fucking dual blades.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fun for me.
I don't think I specifically care a whole lot. I just know fantasy isn't typically like what I lean
Which is fair.
to.
It's definitely like more niche for people.
I don't know, because I fuck with like Resident Evil and stuff.
Is Resident Evil fantasy?
That's what I'm saying. Resident Evil is more like realistic.
Yeah, they have vampires.
I like
for some
fantasy.
reason,
I just don't like I like fantasy that like edgy fantasy, like dark fantasy, like Lord of the Rings, Dark Souls, stuff like that.
Okay,
like,
Dark Souls is okay. That's
But if it's like goofy fucking like goblins and wizards and shit, it's like I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling him this the other day too. I was like, for some reason with fantasy, I like Lord of the Rings. But I don't fuck with the Elder Scrolls. Like, I don't know what it is. I can't get into.
You've played a Lord of the Rings game before?
No.
Oh,
I've seen the movies and everything.
Oh, I get you.
I like the Lord of the Rings. I like Dark Souls for the simple fact that I don't understand the story and I don't really care to. I just like the aesthetic. I think
cool.
It's kind of how I feel about it.
It's like hard game.
Yeah,
Dark Souls 1 is like peak lore though.
Okay.
I don't know. Like, I don't know shit about the lore in Dark Souls. I don't know a fucking single thing about it. I'm like,
don't need to.
This tree has a fucking nutsack. That's awesome.
Yo, that shit when you talk about the nut tree, and I finally saw that thing.
Yeah, I went to a finals. I was like, dude, you're gonna get to this part where this tree has a giant nutsack. You're gonna lose your shit.
I did not believe him. And then he just fucking starts dangling in my face. You have to hit it, bro. You have to hit it. But yeah, I was gonna say, like, for an example of that, like, I played Shadows of Mordor.
I feel like I would really like Shadows of Mordor.
I actually like that
People
game.
say that is peak.
The Nemesis system was actually kind of one of the most.
That was the second one.
Yeah, I played Shadow of Mordor too.
Do you know why other games don't have that?
Copyrighted. I found out they copyrighted. I was like, that's
copyrighted the fucking gameplay system.
And that's such a crazy
thing is, use it.
Yeah, they never
They don't
used
even
it
use
after
it.
that. Yeah.
It's actually dumb because that system actually made the game like, because when you lost, I was like, nah, I gotta. Well, actually, Warframe has a Nemesis system, but I don't know if it's the same.
Like the Stalker?
No, remember the to get those Kuva weapons, you had like a Kuva Lich, and like they would show up on your random missions and fuck with you.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably the closest thing. But you couldn't. But actually, it is because you can also make them an ally to kill them. Same thing with the Nemesis. Actually, I guess they. I don't know. I guess.
But like they're not really an ally though. They just.
Yeah, they're not part of your squad.
Yeah,
so I guess that's the only like legally distinct thing is that you can call them in on your ship when you do like a space mission, but that's about it.
I think with the Nemesis system, it's like specifically like part of the code or something that they actually copyrighted.
That's so goofy, bro. That's like
it's like the concept.
It's like the Fine Brothers trying to copyright the word react.
Yeah.
Like it's like money. And they don't
I
even
do really
use
like the aesthetic of Warframe. Warframe is a really good aesthetic.
Warframe is literally like space ninja sci-fi. It was like, oh, they have mystical powers.
Warframe
from
is like
children.
so fucking sci-fi. It's discernible from anything today, so it might as well just be fantasy. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Pretty much.
Because then they go like Warframe 1999. Now there's like futuristic, like almost like
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, like Cyberpunk. I haven't played that part yet. I literally the last
I
one.
haven't touched Warframe since they had Deimos, so it's been a while.
Literally, I haven't touched since. What was
Same
the
thing
thing
with
after
Dune,
Deimos?
actually. Dune also has like that really far future sci-fi. It's basically fantasy and stuff.
But
like
I fuck
that
with
too.
Dune for that though. I think there's a Dune game coming out. I think I'm gonna play
Because
that.
Dune is basically just Game of Thrones in space. That's literally all it is.
No. From what you've explained, that is what
That
it
is
is.
exactly what
it is.
Dune is
Yes.
for the most part. They have like the houses and
Yeah,
everything too. So I mean, honestly, you'd probably like Game of Thrones.
I should probably. Is it really slow? Because I
haven't seen it.
I've never watched it because
seen it
I've
either.
always thought it was just
I
like
know
overhyped
I would
bullshit.
like it, but I don't know why. I feel like I'm saving it for like a special day or something.
No, that's fair.
I
That's
I
don't
feel
know.
like I don't want to watch it anymore because I've heard of how disastrous the ending was.
Yeah. I feel like with me that doesn't really matter as much, like as long as I get through those peak seasons in the beginning.
I was
and
gonna say I
everything.
watched like the
Same,
first 3 episodes and
but-
I just couldn't get over the hump. But my old boss used to tell me she really liked the show, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, we'll see.
I don't know. For me, it's like a time thing. It's like if I'm gonna dedicate time for this, I want it to like because I don't get to watch a lot of shows anymore.
I
So,
see.
Yeah.
Which is fair. Oh, speaking of like fantasy and high fantasy and stuff, how do you guys feel about like lich characters and like just like I don't know creatures like
Skeletons and stuff.
no like the idea
like wizard kings and shit.
more of like the idea of like destined death. I think that's like the coolest thing about like liches, that like they're just like the embodiment of death, and they like I don't know, they just feel like such an oppressive force versus like I don't know, like an evil wizard going take all their gold and women. Like the lich kings are like, yeah, I just want everything to stop breathing. And
Yeah, it's honestly like one of
They're
my
neat.
yeah, because I like the lich from Adventure Time.
They're neat.
They're just like because they're so simple, but they're like it's the fact that their job is so simple
It's
is like
badass. They're like the coolest motherfucker.
it's like
in the-
yeah,
in the
everything
set.
here needs to not move ever again.
I remember in Adventure Time when they like introduced
Lich
the
is so
Lich.
hard. When he killed Billy,
Yeah.
he just off screen.
Well, not even like that. Like when they first introduced
like
the
the
Lich,
first season or something.
Yeah,
Well,
like,
I'm trying to recall.
sick.
What
he was
happened.
introduced in the season finale. Of the
Billy
first
beat him,
season.
right? Am I missing? No.
That was like the second time they introduced him.
Okay.
It was like, oh, he took over Billy's body, or
Yeah, because he was like hiding in his corpse. And I was like, yo, that's fucking hard.
yeah. But like the first time they introduced him, it's like the first time you see anything in Adventure Time that looks like that.
Does he just look like the regular like cloaking
No,
gown?
because he was trapped in like the resin and the
That's what it was.
Yeah, it's like the first time they explored like the backstory of Ooh,
yeah.
like the apocalypse and all that.
the mushroom bomb.
You're like, damn, this shit has lore.
Yeah, the lore in Adventure Time is fucking crazy.
It's sad.
I love
Yeah.
because it all deals with Simon, and like when you first see Simon, you're like, "Who's this fucking crackhead?" Voiced by
Yeah.
like SpongeBob, and then you get to like fucking Fiona and Kat, you're like, "I feel so bad for
It's a
this
fucking
man."
Anakin Skywalker archetype.
Literally,
Yeah.
he's just a tragic hero. Like he tried every time to do the right thing, and it always blew up in his fucking face.
I will always hold Adventure Time in like really high
Can you show me the
regard.
season 1 thing you're referring to? I'm trying.
It's
to
just
find
him when he's like trapped in resin in the tree.
Adventure Time like lost me at certain times, but it has one of like the like most impactful stories lines in any childhood. I've like in any modern 2010 childhood.
Is that?
No, that's hard. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then he breaks out, and they have like this whole thing where like Princess Bubblegum's immediately like, Finn, the world's gonna fucking die if you don't stop him right now.
Finn like touches him, and then he has like a Dune style flashback to when like the fucking atomic bombs went off and shit.
Yeah.
The
He's like, holy
hardest
what
shit
the-
ever.
No, this motherfucker looks at him and says, "Fall."
Yo, I remember they used that shit like songs. That was how
Yeah.
like fucking iconic that phrase
That shit was fucking hard. He just goes, "Fall," and this motherfucker drops.
I will sell
the craziest shit.
worlds. You're strong, boy,
Ron Perlman is such a fucking
I am above strength.
magnificent voice.
the end, and I have come for you.
God.
Dude, that actually gave me fucking chills, bro.
That shit
Holy-
was so hard.
No, that's because I also liked who was that from Over the Garden Wall. He had that same type of vibe. I was like,
the
this,
Beast?
yeah, the
Yeah.
beast. Like these niggas are about action.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's like it's really cool to have like the embodiment of death as a literary device. Because even in fucking Puss in Boots, death was like the best part of that whole movie.
Yeah.
It was just like I was just like, oh
Yeah.
shit. And then he was like, tick, 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 tick. I was like, nah, bro. He's about action. And he has a really cool, because I don't really count the Joker as a death archetype, even though he's like
He's
there.
not.
He's not a death archetype. He's definitely like I'll count Thanos as more of a death archetype than Joker, and that's also a big stretch for me too. But like the Lich, the Beast to some degree, because he wants souls in this where he literally needs death to sustain.
The Beast definitely.
He
fits
needs
that,
death
yeah.
to sustain himself.
From the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lich, the Beast. There's that one DC guy that character. Is it Apocalypse? No, the Apocalypse is Marvel.
No, Apocalypse is DC.
Apocalypse is DC.
He's about death, right?
Oh no, I was thinking of Dark Side. I was thinking of
Dark Side.
My fault.
They look very similar, which is so fucking uncanny.
Yeah.
Both just purpley gray dudes.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Apocalypse is more like I like mutants, but I don't like everyone else. Let's kill them all.
Yeah. Who's really a bit? Is there really any? I don't keep thinking of those two now. Like I'm blanking. Like, are there really any cool like objective like death characters? Like just they just want things to die. There is no reason.
Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
Was Sauron obsessed with death? Was he like?
Yeah.
That was his whole thing. Was killing everyone.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Okay. Bring about the end times.
Yeah.
That's okay. So
He's
he
a
won.
doomsday guy.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you.
I don't remember what his fucking backstory is.
He was.
It's
he
actually
was like
in
one of the kings or something
It's in
like
the Rings
that.
of Power show.
He was like a
I'm
good,
not watching that
he
shit,
was
sorry.
he was a good guy. Then at some point he got corrupted. That's all I remember. Was
he a demon?
He was
I
a
can't
fallen
remember.
angel. He was a wizard.
Because I know Gandalf is a fallen angel
Yeah, but I think
or an actual angel.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I haven't read those.
what
books.
was his name? What was his name?
Sauron.
Sauron. How does
Yeah.
Sauron?
Sauron does have one of like the coolest fucking designs in fantasy though.
His
Yeah.
fucking
Like-
Death Knights, the Ring Race, or whatever the fucking called. They're
Yeah.
hard as
Yeah.
hell.
Like Sauron looks like a guy out of Dark Souls. Like,
Yeah,
it is that
he does.
cool.
It was a
I guarantee
gradual
you they were
process.
inspired by that design.
Yeah.
for
Influenced by his admiration for Dark Lord Morgoth, his pursuit of perfection. Oh, he's OCD. He has a disorder.
He just sounds like a lich.
And then his ultimate desire for supreme power. Initially, Sauron was known as Myron, a powerful being of light and a skilled craftsman, respected for his intelligence and craftsmanship.
Oh, sorry, keep going.
But basically, it just seems like his belief in his own vision of order blinded him to the suffering and loss caused by his actions. So like a tragic villain.
Would you count like Galactus?
Yes, Galactus is the perfect embodiment. What was that one? It was
Because he's more of a force of nature. He doesn't do it like for the.
the Lich is a
pure
force of
evil.
Another
nature to a
comparison for
degree.
that.
Well, I mean, the
That's like
Lich
a-
I'd say is like pure evil. The Lich isn't just like a force of nature. That motherfucker like specifically wants things.
He
to
revels
die.
in the evil he
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
There's a Warhammer character who's like kind of similar.
Like this shit is hard for Galactus. I fucking love this image.
Oh yeah, that's fan art. I like that.
Oh, this fan art is hardest. I like
Ooh,
that.
that
Like so like
cosmic
the,
horror.
yeah, like Galactus to me is a good like. Okay, is Cthulhu? No, Cthulhu's not even about death. He's like everything to him is an ant. He's just like they do things. He doesn't
They're like
care.
part of his characters that you can't understand.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not really about me. Like I guess so. My top three hitters are Galactus, the Lich, and the Beast.
Yeah.
There's a character in Warhammer. He's one of the Chaos Gods. His name's Nurgle. It's a really goofy name. but he's-
Nurgle?
Yeah.
That's that motherfucker from the Grim Adventures of Billy and
It
Mandy.
is. It is Nurgle. Is it Nurgle? Yeah, it's Nurgle.
Yeah, it's Nurgle.
He's the god of like death and pestilence and disease and miasma, but also the god of like ending or like what do you call it? Like basically
He's the
unity.
end.
Unity too.
Oh, okay.
It's like with the
Ew, he's
chaos gods.
gross.
Ew.
Well, that's actually a lord of what is it?
The Fly.
It's one of the greater demons. That's Lord of Filth or something like that.
Mm.
But basically every chaos god in Warhammer has like the really negative aspect to them, but also they can embody like something good. It's like there's a reason why people follow them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Nurgle, it's about like being encompassing and like all loving. It's like whenever things die, basically everything will end in decay. So he'd rather just like speed up the process and end suffering like that.
Okay.
And then you can like join him in his like legions.
That makes sense. Okay.
Like people call him Papa Nurgle in the fan base.
Nice.
And he's like the god of like the zombie faction.
Yeah.
There's like Space Marine zombies who follow him.
Oh.
And they're like Space Marines who abandoned the Imperium to because they had this specific chapter had like a genetic disorder where they would basically like they would always feel pain.
Yeah.
And then to end
Always?
and that he kind of just took away
Right.
the feeling of pain but made them zombies at like the expense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
Like, probably not.
It wasn't even their choice. It was
Yeah.
Primarch's decision.
Unconsensual immortality.
I'm trying to think if there's any other that fit that archetype.
But he's more like a force of nature kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
Galactus.
There's not that many like good embodiments of death. I feel like you need like because I feel like what made the list so impactful is just because when you saw him, you knew there was just action. Like there was no words, there was no reasoning, and that's why the Joker's close. But like he has like a hard on for Batman, so it makes him too human. The Lich isn't like because like the Lich and the Beast gave up that side of. They don't try to reason with you. They just try to manipulate you.
Yeah.
Like they have enough like sense or sentience to understand human emotions and only use that to hurt you. Like Lily the Lich was just like, yeah, Finn, I'm your hero, Billy. And the entire time he's just like fucking with him. The Lich the entire time is like moving all these pieces around. The fucking Beast literally manipulates a man, a grieving father. He's like, yeah, just give me more souls and I'll keep your kid alive.
Yeah.
You know? Knowing full well that he's never getting that child back. Just like, yeah, just do it for me.
Yeah.
And that type of evil is like is really hard to come by. Like, is Negan that evil?
No.
Okay, then yeah, I can't even think of like a human comparison of it.
What do you think about Bill Cipher?
He's closer to Joker. I feel like he's more of a Prince of Chaos. Like, there's Prince of Chaos and embodiments of death.
Yeah.
And like the Joker and Bill Cipher have too much whimsy. Like they're like in the Deadpool level of like they do it for the bit. They're not doing it for a purpose. The Beast has a purpose. Lich has a straight purpose. It's almost like they're lawful. I want to say lawful. They are lawful evil. Yeah. The Lich and the Beast are lawful. Like they have rules. They have like certain parameters, and they don't.
Bill Cipher is absolutely chaotic.
Yeah, he's like fuck it, bro.
Yeah,
fuck it. But it's cool that he is that way.
Yeah.
But him and Joker are like, because it's not that you can reason with them, but like they're self-sabotaging. Yeah. Because they just don't want to plan.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But like the Lich and the Beast plan. Yeah. And because they're so meticulous in what they do, you always feel that threat, because whenever, even if you see that they're panicking, you're like, they're not really panicking, are they? Yeah. They're just trying to fuck with me so I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They're playing like, okay. I would say a character that isn't the embodiment of death, but has that same level of like thinking. Have you ever seen like the version of the Riddler when he stops playing? Like someone just wrote, it was like Moment, but like the Riddler technically has the potential to be like Lich level, because when he locks the fuck in, what do you do against him? Yeah. Like he's Batman levels, like contingency for contingency, but the thing is he's not preparing to fight you. He's putting you in positions to where you've already lost. Yeah. And that was scary. Like he'll put you in front of a bullet before the gun even shoots. Yeah. And then he's like, oh wow, I have a joke for you. I have a riddle or whatever the fuck. Yeah. What really, there's only like 2 or 3 good examples. Yeah, even Galactus.
It's a cool archetype, even
but it's ChatGPT and they can't even come up with ones that we haven't named already.
That's crazy.
It's just the Lich and the Beast?
It was the Beast, like literally number 1 was the Beast from Over the Garden Wall. Then they named Bill Cipher.
What was the prompt you asked it specifically? I'm really curious. Like,
I just literally asked it characters similar to the Lich from Adventure Time and gave me some that I didn't really like. So then I said like character wise, and then it started giving me.
Okay, anything that we haven't?
Trigon from Teen Titans, but I don't really.
But Raven, he's more of a Galactus, where he's like he does it for the love of the game.
Yeah,
a lot of these I just don't know, so I don't want to talk about them.
Well, can you give me like a random name that you like that just seems interesting?
I mean, they named Vecna from D&D.
Okay, Vecna. I've watched.
I've seen Stranger Things, but I don't know how he actually compares to like his D&D. Like,
oh, D&D, because I know there's a Dungeons and Dragons character named Vecna. That's what I was like.
Yeah,
wait, is Stranger
D&D.
Things?
That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the Dungeons.
Oh, the Dungeon. Yeah, I've watched a lot of Critical Role, like their TV shows on Amazon. So like I know he's coming soon, and they just introduced him in like the latest season of.
He's in Dead by Daylight as well, actually.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, the Dungeons and Dragons.
What are you talking about?
In the latest season of their fucking D&D, it's called Critical Role. And the 3rd season they introduced Vecna, but you don't know it's Vecna. But like all the fans who actually listen to the actual series that they do know it's Vecna, and they're like, Vecna's coming. And then like there's like this lich monster at the end. You're like, who the fuck is that? But it's Vecna. Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, he has a very similar role that Vecna.
But he's a lich though. Yeah. Vecna is literally quite a lich.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, I don't know. I think we're in a very underutilized, because I feel like there's too many villains right now.
They said Ganon.
Is Ganon truly evil? I feel like he's more ambitious.
No, I mean he's not really good.
No, I'm saying like evil. Like, truly evil is probably.
He's not doing anything for the purpose of good.
Like what does he want? Basically, I've never played
power.
Like is it a lawful power?
He wants power, but he doesn't want to just like kill and cause death and all that. You know what I mean? It's like a different.
Is he a diplomatic, powerful man? Like he'll take over a country or some shit and be like.
He just kind of wants to rule.
Yeah, you know what I mean? He wants war. He wants death and stuff too.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. Like, is it to get power, or is it like he even when he has that power, he still wants
it's like an insatiable power, I guess.
I was gonna say, when I say that, I mean he literally wants like the Triforce of power. Like he wants like infinite power.
Well, I'm more of my question is like, is there an end goal? Will he stop killing? Will he become like fat and lazy if he gets what he wants? Or will is there like
is there a point where he stops?
Yeah.
No.
No,
I don't think so. Because I think the only time you see him quote unquote win is in Ocarina of Time.
Is that like an alternate universe thing?
Well, Ocarina of Time is a time travel story.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So it's like
you can travel to the future, right?
Yeah.
Where Ganon has won.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You go to the future where he's already won and everything's just gone to shit. like the entirety of Hyrule is just like a fucking wasteland. It's like an apocalypse at this point. Zelda's in hiding. Like there's nothing there.
I see. Interesting.
There's like there's basically like a rebellion of like different faction members from what I remember. I didn't get that far in Ocarina of Time, so I don't know for sure, but from what I understand, that's how it is.
Okay. Yeah, but like I guess that's interesting. I don't know if he would be like a Lich level though, but I get what you're saying.
I think he probably is, realistically.
Probably?
Yeah. Because he's not a good dude. I mean,
I know he's not a good dude, but like the Joker's not a good dude, but he's not like a Lich. I feel like would you place him closer to a Lich than
Well, the thing is, Joker doesn't want power. He just wants chaos.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see the Joker saving someone's life if it benefits him. I cannot see Ganon doing that.
If it benefits him?
Yeah. I can't see that.
Not even if it benefits him. Like I feel like Joker can have like the capacity for empathy.
Yeah.
Because he has a plan.
Well, I was going to say, I don't think the Joker really has empathy. Well, I guess he has empathy, but not like sympathy or whatever.
Yeah.
He can understand that he's fucking over. He just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Ganon's the same way. He doesn't give a fuck. He just doesn't care. Like he doesn't want your help necessarily. There's like a few people that he manipulates, but then he'll just like kill them right after anyways.
So is he close to like a Doctor Doom?
I mean, kind of.
Because that's what I'm like, dude, the way you make it sound like you sound like a Doom
Dr.
character.
Doom has like
Dr. Doom is kind of
He wouldn't accept Reed's help.
yeah.
Even if it was
Dr.
like
Doom has like good motives when you break it down, like all the way down to its like bare bones.
But
Ganon's
Ganon
literally
He just has like a really tyrannical way of going about it.
Okay.
Yeah. Ganon has like a primeval urge to conquer. That's like it's literally in his blood to want to conquer.
Dr. Doom is Marvel's equivalent to Caesar.
Yeah.
Julius Caesar.
Okay. Like a necessary evil.
Ganon.
Well, I don't even think Caesar was evil. I mean, he did a lot of good.
I mean, he, like
It's just kind of like the should one man have all that power?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Ganon is the reincarnation of basically Zelda's God of Death.
Oh, so it's his job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like in Skyward Sword, that game's like a prequel. It's like the first game.
That's actually one I've actually seen all the way through. I just don't remember. I've actually
Demise. That's Ganon. I think isn't Demise like a god of death or something? I don't
remember the story too. It was such a long time ago. I just remember
he basically looks like Ganon, but like he's like he looks more like Akuma, but like his hair's on fire and his eyes are on fire and shit like that. Cool. But basically in that game, like at the very end, he's like, from here on, I curse you. I shall always return. Blah blah blah. That's why there's always a Ganon, always a Link, and always a Zelda. It's because there's a curse that got put in place, and there's always a different one.
Oh yeah, Skyward Sword was a really trippy game because you have to go to the sky, you got to go to Earth. It was like
I never played that one. I want to play it.
Oh, dude, I watched Kobana Armani play it.
Yeah,
back like in 2012, and then I played a bit when I got it. It was pretty fun. It's a nice game.
Because I mean,
it's definitely one of the more like honestly, that was probably like the most unique Zelda game I've ever seen.
Was that the one in like Sky City?
Yes, yeah. Sky City. And you had to go down to Earth and fight monsters.
Yeah. The only Zelda I've played all the way through is Wind Waker.
Wind Waker was kind of boring.
I like Wind Waker.
I like the aesthetic of Wind Waker.
Wind Waker was cute, it's really cute. It was just kind of boring. I felt like I was spending too much time traveling.
Too much water.
Boats. Yeah,
says IGN.
Yeah.
I don't know. I fucked with the water stuff in the game. Honestly, it didn't really bother me that much.
I think for me,
that's also the only Zelda game I didn't use a guide in.
I don't know. I think island hopping is fun.
Yeah,
so.
It wasn't bad. It was just like
there's no other. Like, there's not a lot of games that do that. Kind of thing.
Unless you played Sea of Thieves or whatever.
Sea of Thieves nuts fit in your mouth.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Yeah, I fuck with. I like the aesthetic a lot. Like pretty much everything in that game. I
remember it was
really
cute.
Fun.
I liked it because it was that little girl. It wasn't Zelda. Her name was like a pirate girl.
Tetra.
Yeah.
Tetra Zelda. Yeah.
Oh, it is Zelda.
Well, I guess it's technically the plot twist, but yeah.
Okay, but yeah, she was cool. I remember I was playing around. I think for me, what Wind Waker got me was just like I got like, dude, doing those fucking songs on the boats just killed me, bro.
Oh, I mean, Zelda loves their fucking random musical mini games,
and it's cute. Like it's fun. It's like, oh, cool.
I mean, I'm telling you, Majora's Mask is like I haven't even fucking finished the game. I've never once in my life have I finished the game, and that's still my favorite game of all time. Like I'm telling you,
is that the one with the moon?
Yeah. That shit's fucking awesome.
The aesthetic is hard. Honestly, I wouldn't.
It is my favorite aesthetic in any game ever.
Honestly, if they made a movie of Majora's Mask, it'd be pretty hard. If they do the moon right. I think it'd be really cool.
You can't make a movie based on Majora's Mask, though.
Isn't the whole thing just like time travel? Like
that's what I'm saying. It's a time loop. It doesn't really work.
I mean, there's definitely there's time loop movies that work pretty well.
Yeah, but there's so much you have to cover.
Is it like way too condensed? Like I don't know the full extent.
Well, I mean, the whole structure is that you have specifically 3 days until the moon crashes down.
Plausible.
You have specifically 3 days, and then you have to go to 4 different areas before those 3 days are up, go back in the loop, go to the other section before the 3 days are up, go to this section before the 3 days are up, go in this section before the 3 days are up, fight the boss that's there and everything. Then there's all like the whole point of the game is that they have like different side quests and stuff in the game too.
Mm-hmm.
They give you different masks and I don't know. I don't think it would work.
Okay.
I think it would work better as like an anime, honestly.
Maybe. Like a 12 episode or like, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
12 to 9.
Yeah, like 20. Something like that.
20. It needs more time to cook.
It's also a sequel to Ocarina of Time, so you probably have to do that first.
Fair.
Realistically.
Fair. Okay. Man.
Before the podcast, you said you had something specific.
We have one more question relating to this topic.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all had to choose like a fantasy archetype or like fantasy character, like make your own fantasy character.
Archetype.
You're saying like a
little,
bard,
a little more specific.
It's literally say you're making a D&D character.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, an assassin or a rogue.
Race.
Doesn't matter.
Character alignment.
Neutral.
Just true neutral.
True neutral. I'll do what I want.
It's more chaotic neutral.
No, I mean like I won't kill someone just for the sake of killing people. It was like, I mean, if I gotta kill that guy,
chaotic evil, yeah.
No, neutrals and like as long as they're not fucking with me, I'm chilling. But like I'll do what I need to do.
I don't usually I go for like melee stuff. I don't like.
I'm a melee person. I'm like assassin or rogue. They usually have like little or like.
I don't know. It depends.
But I like mobility and like melee are like my biggest things.
I never go with like magic users in games like that, but I really like the aesthetic of wizards.
I was gonna say dark wizard.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd probably go with a wizard realistically.
Not an orc.
Well, I mean, it could be an orc wizard.
Oh yeah, true.
Are
they really shit with magic though?
Probably.
You could be the one.
You fucking find a way.
The one good one. Be kind of cool. But yeah, I definitely think like a fast moving melee character is my peak.
I'd be a wizard orc who got attacked by a werewolf at one point, and now during the full moon he fucking freaks out.
Yeah, that is kind of hard.
Yeah.
Imagine
the kind of guy you
imagine a werewolf
exactly.
using magic. What kind of magic would a werewolf use? Like some fucking shit to make
you
them
do that in Skyrim or Elder Scrolls.
Oh, you make them
literally turn into
and you just fucking grow like a fucking Dragon Ball monkey transformation or something.
Yeah, there's a DLC where you like hunt vampires and werewolves and shit, and you can like get bitten by one and become a werewolf, and it's like literally your character now. You can just become, or you can cure yourself. You can just turn into a werewolf whenever you want.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, but the original topic, when I was talking about earlier, was like the concept of death and murder. Because I've been watching a lot of true crime stuff, and like, it's, how do I say this? Okay, give me a second to like formulate a cooking thesis. I'm
He's about to say the craziest shit of all time.
I'm in the
We
kitchen.
already gave you like 40 minutes, so.
Yeah.
I'm in the kitchen. Hold on. So basically,
I'm recording for over an hour, by the way.
oh my God. But like, oh yeah, because I forgot we just hit record on this one.
Yeah, we hit record like 20 minutes into it.
But like, the idea of like, okay, I'll preface this by saying this. Do you think it's easier to kill someone or kill yourself? Just personally, like just how you see it from your standpoint. It's easier to kill
biologically speaking, kill someone.
Yeah.
Biologically kill. Okay, so with death, do you understand? Because I've been on the internet, I've seen some shit. Do you understand like how like not hard it is to kill a person, but you know how like there's
Speak for yourself, bud.
No, there's a certain level of strength that you use to hurt someone, and there's a level of strength you use to kill someone. Have you ever seen someone try to kill someone and use the wrong level of strength before?
No.
I
never seen someone try to
I
kill
haven't
someone.
fucking witnessed that.
Yeah.
I was man, I haven't. That shit, like I don't know how I saw cartel videos, but at some point I did.
Oh, cartel videos.
The cartel, I've seen, and I was like, you could tell which person knew how to kill somebody and wanted to kill somebody versus the person that like was just kind of
Defend themselves.
or was just there and forced to kill somebody. Because the people that were just like, imagine being like, that's your initiation day. Like they don't know, they don't want to do it. Like it's so weird because like I'm like, of course I'm not condoning watching. Like, look, shit happens. You're on the internet, but basically,
Damn.
like, how many stabs do you think it takes to kill somebody? Just logically, like you work in the medical, like how many? Like
Depends on whether they get medical attention.
most likely it's over 8. You're kind of out of there if you don't receive immediate attention.
Well, usually when people stab you, they don't just stab you once.
No,
Yeah.
but like over 8 is kind of you're basically cooked. And so the people that don't really know what they're doing stab you
like they don't go all, and it's fucked up to say they don't finish the job, and like you're just like I'm not even like critiquing this, but like
I was gonna say it sounds like you're like making fun of these people for not being able to.
No, I'm not making fun of people for not being
Pass me the fucking knife. I can do this.
No, I'm glad they're not murderers, but it's like you have to like when you think about death and murder, you have to think about the person who has to die. It's like, yo, you got fucking Captain Butterfingers as your executioner. You're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah.
And like when you get back into like medieval times where like killing people was an actual profession, like executioner. Imagine being the like not a sissy executioner, but imagine having
a job today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a real execution. You gotta get an axe and just.
Well, I mean, that was pretty common. They would have executioners that would like it would take like 3 chops to actually get someone's head off and stuff.
Yeah, because that's the same thing. Point where like they don't know what it is to kill somebody. So like you're thinking, okay, I should just I'm pretty weak, and it's like, dude, no, this person, and then the person who's like has to die. It's just like, can you swing any harder, please?
Yeah.
I saw this one body cam video of it was like Thanksgiving 2022 or something. This elderly couple was supposed to show up to their kid's house for Thanksgiving, but they never did. So obviously they called in a wellness check to go check on them, like on Thanksgiving, right? So then the cops show up at the house, and then one of them goes inside, like he goes inside the house, right? Then he goes inside he knocks on the door, nobody answers. He goes inside the bedroom. So the grandfather had dementia. And he killed and dismembered his wife. Oh, no. Like in the bed.
Like he thought she was an intruder or a monster and just fucking went ape shit. I'm assuming.
He thought she was like possessed by the devil or some shit. So he went
ape shit.
I mean, he did dementia. He was crazy.
Yeah.
Like he just fully decapitated her, was sleeping with her head. They left her body parts lying around the room. Like a huge bloody mess. The cop opens the door, goes, oh my God. He just immediately turns around and walks out. He's just
out of the
like,
room.
Like,
on some hand,
he sits on the fucking curb and is like, oh my God.
Because imagine that being like your first month as an officer. Go, Barnes, go check out that building.
It's fucking Thanksgiving.
It's a wellness check.
You were with your family like an hour ago before you got called in.
You just see the most. I'm sorry, what?
No, so this is kind of related to that. I don't know if you know anything about this, but this is kind of medically related. So like postpartum depression and shit like that, right?
After like pregnancies and stuff like that?
Yeah. Like
what is that?
Well, it's like so there's a thing that can happen where like you just go fucking crazy sometimes.
Yeah, ladies like killed their babies after they had the
hormones.
That's what I'm saying. Like you think that's all it is just hormones and shit?
For postpartum depression?
Yeah. Like specifically something that would drive you to kill your baby? Because
do you know how strong hormones are? That's actually like, do you like, I don't know if you know this. Do you know like the medical based like this? If you're a drug addict and you're addicted to meth, you might kill someone for more meth.
Well, I was gonna say,
do hormones have the same pull as a meth?
Hormones are literally just chemical messengers. It's a fancy name for chemicals.
Yeah.
So chemicals make you feel things. I mean, yeah, like that's all drugs are. They're just more chemicals
too. Yeah.
Okay. So like, if you're like,
and then you have a chemical imbalance. Your brain's out of whack. You're not thinking straight.
Well, no, because I saw this wasn't the other day. It was like 2 years ago that I saw this video or whatever. But it was like someone calling the police because their daughter killed her daughter by fucking like decapitating her and putting her in a fucking microwave or something ridiculous. Like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, that's fucking gnarly for like 2 kids. Were they like young or like young adults?
No, they're newborns.
Babies kill babies?
No. Look. It's the grandmother calling. Her
grandmother
daughter killed
was calling
the newborn
over
baby.
her granddaughter.
Okay. I thought you two actual infants had like a more. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that is a new one for me. But okay, so the mom killed. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, mother's side.
The mom of the newborn. Yes.
Infant side. Okay.
Yes.
Got you. Yeah, I've heard so like this lady put her baby in the oven because of like postpartum depression. They tried to like convict her for it, and it was like, I don't know if she ever got convicted, but like there was a case.
You want to kill the baby in like the most cruel way possible too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably like they just cry and then they just fucking crash out or some shit. I would have to imagine. Like they just like they can't process it because like you have all.
It's more common in single mothers too.
Exactly. So,
I mean,
like,
that makes
like,
sense.
All this stress.
Stress is mediated by chemicals and hormones too.
Oh, so if it's already imbalanced.
Yeah, it's a bigger imbalance.
Instead of killing your baby, just take crack then.
And then sell the baby for crack.
Damn. I think that might be a step too far.
No, there was a story of a lady who like got arrested for trying to sell her babies for drugs. The dealer turned her.
Yeah, it happens.
The dealer was like, no, this bitch is crazy.
I mean, that's good. At least he has some morals.
Not giving it.
I saw one of somebody placing their newborn baby in the garbage, like just a dumpster. And then these people
Not a Family Guy skit, bro.
Yeah, and then these people were dumpster diving and they found the baby. And they checked the surveillance camera footage of like the restaurant out back, and they saw the car. They got the license plate of the person who put it in the dumpster. Damn. It's like, why the fuck would you like? You can give up your baby
of all
legally.
the places you put in a public space to let it die.
Did you see that one?
You can literally like give them up.
Firehouse. Drop it off at any police station.
Yes, like,
anonymously.
And that's not illegal.
Did you see the one where it was like there's like a teen mom that went to the hospital?
Yeah, and she gave birth in the bathroom and threw the baby in the garbage.
Yes,
that's so stupid.
Craziest shit to me. Like, you don't think they're gonna find a fucking fetus in the what?
It was a baby.
born child.
It was a baby.
It was a full born.
Yeah.
Like, she gave birth.
Yeah.
Like, and you were in a hospital. You were in the one place where you could have just given birth safely,
just given the baby away.
Just given the baby up, because social services come in and
do they
deal with that.
If you're a child, do they will they still take it even though the parents consent?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know if the parents had to consent to them taking.
No,
the child.
Kids or teenagers have reproductive rights.
Okay, I didn't know that
in hospitals. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, she just
like that's an actual like medical law too. I think it's on the federal level. Like if a 16-year-old wants to keep their pregnancy private in all 50 states, then the hospital has to abide by that.
Okay,
it's a HIPAA violation if they don't.
Okay, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. So yeah, she straight could just had the baby and just dropped it in her nurse's arms, like deal with it, and walked away.
You could have done that. Like it's so stupid.
Imagine being the fucking janitor that goes to open up.
No, it was the janitor that found it. It was the janitor that found the baby.
No, that's like the cop. You're just like, dude, what the fuck? I'm trying.
Yeah.
And I've heard what Darren
I have the wrong.
Imagine like what Darren has to clean up, and then Jared is like, "Okay, there's 50 shit bags," and then just then just sees a baby. It's like, God.
The other day, I discharged the patient.
I know we're laughing about this, but this is really fucked up.
The other day, I discharged the patient, and then the janitor got mad at me because their room was dirty. They're like, "How did this happen? Why do they have so much stuff on the floor?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I don't know. Like in my head, I was like, "Isn't that your job? Isn't that why you're here? What the fuck are you yelling at me for?" It's not like,
bro, what
it's your job to clean the room. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
But I just sucked it up and I was like, I don't know. And I helped her clean up because I was, maybe she's having a bad day. It sounds like you're having a bad day. Everybody has bad days. I just didn't say anything and helped her cleaned up. I felt, I don't know.
It's probably one of those.
I was just like, yeah.
She probably had to clean up like vomit, diarrhea, wombo combo. And this is like her third room that's been fucked up.
I mean, it wasn't even like, there wasn't even anything nasty. And there was just kind of blankets on the floor and shit. It
was just untidy.
And
Okay. That was probably why she crashed. She's like, why is this?
Well, it was also on the clinical decision unit. And like basically as soon as it's like where people go after the ER after surgery and they're like kind of determining where they should go in the hospital.
That makes sense.
So whenever you discharge somebody, you instantly get a bed fill. Like it's instantaneously filled. You know what I mean? So they have to have the janitors like kind of
rotating quickly,
speed it up and clean the room so they can fit another person in there.
Yeah, she probably had a bad day.
Yeah,
that
just really
like
busy.
Yeah.
Because I discharged like 4 patients that day.
And that's just you. Yeah. Imagine what she was, and that I'm assuming.
I don't even have to clean the rooms. So.
Exactly. And like I imagine there's not that many janitors on the floor, and just
there's
that
2
area.
of them.
Exactly. And then like there's an entire hospital, so there's probably more janitors. So like they probably
but like don't make it my problem.
Yeah,
it's fine. But anyway,
people have emotional. I've had
like in the end I helped her up and I didn't make a big deal about it. But,
I've had to like deal with people with emotional outbursts in the same way. Like you really just have to take in their emotion and be like, okay, you're not mad at me, you're mad at the situation. Let's just look at the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm just gonna look at the anger. Like where are you angry? I'm just standing in the way of your anger.
Yeah.
And that's how I've had to see it.
After a certain point, though, I don't.
You can't take disrespect because if they keep the anger directed at you and just stop, like if she would have kept,
like if it happens twice, then it's like okay, let's talk about this. Like,
I'm fine with someone being angry
at a problem.
Yeah, but if they're angry like at me when I didn't do anything wrong, and you keep like pushing that,
yeah,
like,
one outburst is fine because like okay, you're emotionally I can get that. But like, if you keep like bitching, I'm just like, nigga, I did not fucking shit on these mattresses. Like, why are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, know, it's like, what are we mad for? That's fucking stupid. But no, I don't know. I've been like, my mom's been like a big true crime person, so I've always been kind of like into the macabre to some degree. My grandma was a big horror buff, so that's why I love horror movies. But like, yeah, not like the act of like, I'm not saying this from like any like murder standpoint, but like when you look at like how people actually die, like from suicides to murders, it's very like bizarre. Bizarre in the way of like, I
would say deaths are pretty bizarre.
No, like bizarre is in like how movies make you think death is versus how death actually is. It's bizarre when you actually watch real death versus like a director trying to portray death.
Yeah,
like I don't know. Have you ever watched like someone actually die from like a noose?
No,
I have, and I've seen some shit, but like.
Get this man some help, bro.
Problem. Huh?
On the internet, right?
Internet. Yeah, I've never like watched. No. I've only on the internet.
You watched somebody hang themselves and didn't do anything about it.
No, I do. That's fuck. I would never do that. But once it's already happened,
Cool. Thank you for clarifying.
I
really
would
needed
save
that.
a life. Like, you know those guys that like sit there and like talk people off of bridges. Like, if I saw that, I would actively try to talk someone off of a bridge. Because I've had suicidal friends and family members before, and like. That I do not play with shit like that. I'm being so real. So when I see it, it's more of like it's me. I'm like, it's more of like if I ever see it. And when I did see it, it was very like experimental in my head. I was like, okay, not only are they like hanging themselves, but like there's a really big commitment to hanging yourself that I didn't understand. And most women hang themselves. Most guys shoot themselves. This is actual statistic. I didn't know that. Women choose more like either like slow but less painful or more instant. Like women have the highest numbers for jumping from buildings and hanging themselves. Guys have.
I think it's because a lot of women just don't have experience with firearms.
I was because I feel like I don't want to say like I'm an expert, but like I've been on Lively. One lady said like guns are too violent and painful, and so she tried to hang herself. But like, and then she
The more
failed.
painful option.
Well, no, suffocation. Okay. Anyway, back to the original part. I was gonna say basically, suffocation, hanging yourself is actually fucking like. It's insane because, like...
It can't be better than shooting yourself.
It's scarier, I feel like, than shooting yourself because... because
you ever like accidentally...
Because you're fully aware that
you're like almost
dying.
drown in a pool?
Yes, I have
the worst feeling ever.
Yes, it is. And that's why I've seen it because, like, at a certain point... Even if you're ready to die, like you're willing to kill yourself, your body isn't willing to die. So like the muscle spasm, the floods, like you're actively trying to live and breathe when you know you can't. And that shit was interesting because like obviously, like I don't know if you guys know this, but the statistic with like killing yourself, if you survive your incident, you're not as likely to repeat. Like there's no because you realize okay that shit was real.
Yeah.
And like when you see that person reach the this is real point. It's very different than how you portray death in movies. Because when you see like a heroic death or any type of death in a movie, it's very much one-dimensional in the sense of like they're an actor trying to experience death. When someone's actually dying, like the fuck is such a it's really voyeuristic.
Is it 1917?
Is that the war movie?
World War I. It's the one where it's like shot in one continuous shot.
Yes, I've seen like 3 times. Yeah. Is there a scene you're trying to refer to?
There's the one where they're in the trenches and they're trying to kill each other with the bayonets.
Yes.
Yeah.
That shit was like that suicide, that fuck. It was that fuck. It was like, fuck.
And he stabbed that guy and he was dying next to him for like 3 hours. So.
Yes, and you just have to live with that. And like with the suicides, it's like they hit the fuck and they know there's just nothing. And there's like, and then at a certain point when they're like going unconscious, there's this like, it's a grim acceptance. The best way to it's like, I know I can't undo this situation. Because like when in suicide, you kick away the ladder, you basically get rid of all your outs. And so when they start reaching for the ladder, like any way to get out, like they kind of hit this is it. And is that this is it moment I've seen in cartel videos. It's such a weird human thing because I feel like if I was going to die, I would have a this is it moment where it's just like the fear just goes away and it's just like more of like when an animal's caught by, you know, most animals when they're finally caught by the lion or like any type of predator, like they fight and then like once you hit that point, they're like they just stop.
Yeah.
But they're still alive, but they know that's it. It's an acceptance of death. And they don't really, not to say that actors are bad, but most people don't understand what the acceptance of death actually looks like.
I was there when my grandma died and on my dad's side. And before she died, it wasn't like peaceful.
It was very like, was she fighting the whole way?
Yeah, it was very like, she was like crying out for help and like crying for God. And then you just perished at some point. And I was like, that wasn't what I was expecting. You know,
I guess
sounds awful.
Was it like cancer or some shit? Was she like feeling?
No, she was just 96 and organ failure. I don't know, something like that.
She felt something going wrong.
We literally bought or rented like a hospital bed in the house for her. Like she was basically in hospice care in our house.
Got you. Yeah, it's surreal. I don't even know. Like I've never. My grandma passed away. I wasn't there. She died during COVID, so we didn't see her when she died. But so like basically, she like I'm not trying to get too into, but like you just kind of saw the experience. Like she did not want what was happening. Like there was a fight.
Yeah, like she was trying to hang on, I guess, but she was like, she had dementia too. So, I mean, she didn't like really talk to anybody in the room like that, you know? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just basically just her like being like, oh God, I'm dying. Oh God, like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah,
staring at the ceiling, like not looking at any of us, just kind of.
Trying to like just taking it all and like just being too aware in your final moments in a sense.
I wouldn't know how the fuck to react to that. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I was like 13.
Yeah,
I watched my dad die in front of me when I was 12, but that was different because he wasn't talking. But I did watch his mother.
Was he unconscious?
He was brain dead, so like it really wouldn't have done much. But like he was brain dead, but he came back, so he was able to talk. It was so weird how my dad. Basically, they say he wasn't supposed to like speak ever again. And he started speaking, and then anyway, basically, I literally watched.
How long after the supposed brain death was he?
Literally
functional?
like a month after
okay.
literally like they basically stopped breathing for like, there was a long period of time.
Because there's that weird phenomena with old people where like the day before they die, they're super energetic and they want to do like everything.
It's like the last breath. Or
it's like your body going into overdrive
or something like
and
that.
It's basically just your body expending all of its remaining energy.
Yeah.
So,
but in my dad's case, which is really crazy because it plays into what happened to his mother, my grandma. But basically, like, it was so surreal because like basically my sister and my brother were upstairs in the attic, and then my mom was like, don't go into your father's room. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, my sister told me not to go in my parents' room. And I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? She's like, you want to hang in my room? I was like, no, I don't want to hang in my room. She's like, okay, but don't go in your parents' room. I was like, fuck you talking about? So I was like, hey mom, I'm hungry. I was being a little shit. I was 12. And then I just see my dad lying on the floor and his mother very much like my grandma was always kind of loopy. She ended up getting like really bad dementia like now, but like back then she was still, in control of most of her faculties. But when I used to visit her when I was still younger, you could tell she was like loopy. I've never seen her so locked in a day in her fucking life. Like it was her son dying in front of her. So of course, like I can understand as a mother, you're gonna lock the fuck in. But like that moment was so just like, you ever just have like a third person moment where you just walk into some shit you probably shouldn't have seen, and
all the time,
and you're like
in the hospital.
Literally, I just stared because I heard because it's literally fucking 911 for like, ma'am, you have to like keep the airways open, and like I was just because I've never watched my grandma, who's always just been kind of like a little lackadaisical, loofy, just lock the fuck in with CPR. I didn't know. I think my mom was outside talking to the police, but I was just like, I just walked in and see her locking in, trying to save my dad, and my dad because of like his muscles atrophy, like it was like a death curl, and she was forcing his limbs to stay down so she'd give him CPR. It was a whole like it was just like. I watched my dad die. You know what I mean? Stroke? The final stroke, yeah. Yeah. Because basically he was on dialysis, his kidneys failed, he had lupus. Yeah, it was just a fucking shit cocktail.
Yeah.
And yeah, he died in that house. Like he fucking died. And I got to witness my father's last moments at 12 years old. That was such a weird experience because it was just like, it was the same thing. It was just like, in that moment, like, not only was he like trying to live, but like, it brought something out of someone I never knew was that competent.
Yeah.
And I just could there was just and I literally just sat down in my room and just like fucking watched a Minecraft video. I could not fucking function.
I mean, what else would you do?
Because I couldn't do anything. I was like, well, because I literally walked in, stared at her for like a good 15-30 seconds. I was like, well, this shit all I can do.
I literally got like my first real girlfriend like 2 days before my grandma died too.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough. But yeah, I was just like, there's fucking nothing I can do about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I watched fucking Prison Break with Sky Does Minecraft and Beach and Canadian.
That's crazy.
The fucking, the little prison break things.
Yeah.
I was there like the entire time. I was like very fascinated with it, I guess.
It was very interesting, but for me, like, I was like, I don't know. I was like seeing death firsthand, like for real.
It got too real for me in that moment because I was because I felt like
I mean, you were younger than I was. I don't
yeah, really, and I just I couldn't help. I was like, I don't really want to see him. I think I just didn't want to see him take his last breath. I think that would have fucked with me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna I'm good. Yeah. But no, that was I think that's probably. But after that moment, my dad's mother, her dementia fucking shot up, and I think that. Like her family also corroborated, but a lot of them think when my dad died, that kind of
was your dad her only son?
No, but he was
the only one that kept in contact.
He visited, like everyone else lived in South Carolina. My dad always took trips to visit. Basically, like out of all her kids, my dad, and the tier list like successfulness, my dad was fairly successful.
Yeah.
So like it was more of like your child, because one of her children died really young, and he had like the most potential, I would say, and then my dad had like I'd say in the tier of potential, he was pretty well off, and so like he was well off enough to where like out of all of them,
he had a happy little family.
I wouldn't say happy, like we weren't happy
from their perspective. That's what I'm saying. It was a happy little family.
From their perspective, my dad had a nice home, a nice house, and a good family, and wasn't addicted to drugs. which was, kind of wrecked.
To start, yeah.
Which kind of wrecked my half the family. So, like, out of all, like, in a child tier list, he was pretty high on the tier list. So I can imagine, actively trying to resuscitate one of, like, I want to say your favorite kids, but like a kid that has a lot of potential or like had a lot of potential would fuck with anybody. And then her mental now she's nonverbal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone die. I don't know what specifically I would feel. I've seen someone almost
I've watched a car crash almost happen before.
Oh, I mean, I've watched car crashes, but I haven't seen anyone like die in the car crash or whatever. Closest thing I've ever had is like that time in Cracker Barrel. Where I don't know if I've ever told the story on the podcast.
Yeah, we talked about it on the 1 year anniversary.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, just to briefly go over it again.
For those
basically, when I was working at Cracker Barrel as a to-go server, there was the guy who passed out and hit his head on the corner.
Oh yeah, started bleeding really bad.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I remember that.
Yeah, and I remember I was trying to like help and everything, and I was like, there wasn't really anything I could do.
Yeah.
So the guy was just like laying there while we're waiting on the ambulance to get there.
Blood
I had to fucking step over him and everything. Like, I don't know, that felt awful. I felt like shit. I cleaned up the blood from his head that was all over the floor just because I felt bad. Like I didn't even know like what the fuck to do.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've had my great grandparents die and everything.
Yeah, I've been to funerals and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I never watched it happen.
Yeah.
My mom, unfortunately, did see one of them, but I never asked for like details on what
it's
specifically.
Not really, yeah.
I don't know. It's like that type of. I don't know how that would happen for me. I don't know.
Dude, especially when it's like someone you know and care. It's such a different. It's so weird.
It's got like extremely heavy. When you said this was heavy, I was not expecting.
It is because like
I was not expecting to get like this.
Well,
I think she's the only person I've seen in like actually die.
Yeah,
but I've seen dying people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. I can't. I mean, how do you feel when you see dying like actively? Do you feel like a little melancholy? Do you feel like do you feel like appreciative that you get to spend time with them in a way, like at least help them along the way in a way? Or
I mean, all the people that I've seen who are dying were unconscious.
Oh, never mind. I thought I was thinking like dying in like hospice, to where like they're just kind of waiting out the day.
So I've never just like in his 9 to 5 when he's doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of desensitized.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
it's what you're paid for. So
yeah.
I get you.
I mean, it's not that I don't care. It's just like,
but I mean, at the same,
I've seen it before. It's not jarring.
At the same time, if you're someone's family and like the doctor starts breaking down in tears when someone starts dying, you're like, well, give me another fucking doctor. Yeah, like what the fuck are you doing? Yeah,
it's like do something about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like expected that you would at least like dissociate.
See, that's the type of job where you would have flamed someone for when they're like, I just lost my dog this morning.
There's this new medical drama on Prime or HBO. I haven't seen a full episode, but I've seen a ton of clips. It's called The Pit. Okay. And it's about an emergency room. And apparently it's like one of the most, or people call it the most like medically accurate medical drama to date. And I saw this one clip where they're doing CPR or they're trying to resuscitate a child. I don't know if this was their like anti-vax episode or whatever, but the child was basically dying, and they were doing like CPR, and the parents were there like sobbing. Yeah. And the doctor just like is professional, like keeping his cool, and he's just like, "Hey, it's been 10 minutes. I don't think he's coming back. Would you wish us to continue? I do not think it's going to work. Give us permission." And then they're like, "Yeah, you can stop." And then, okay, we're going to stop now, and we're going to leave you be. I'm just like, oh, that's so, I don't know, it was sweet, but also like that sucks for them.
Yeah.
You know?
They try for 10 minutes.
It's like, I don't know, I admire that. Like I really admired when I felt admiration when I was watching that. It's like, that's how you should handle it.
Like a compassionate
I can pull it up. I can pull it up really quick.
Would you call it like a compassionate professionalism? Like they kind of had to tell you, hey, I can't.
Well, that's just how I think that's like the platinum standard for how you should handle that situation.
Like, I can't keep pumping this corpse, but I will give you time.
Because like, what else do you say?
3742.
Oh yeah, 3742. But yeah,
have you ever seen that clip from 911 where the dude's like frozen or whatever, and they try to give him CPR?
Yes. No, they give him CPR and they go straight through his chest because he was frozen. And then, but no, what got me is that as soon as they were like, okay, call time of death, and then one of the paramedics gets down on her knees and pulls out a stethoscope. I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that?
Bro, dude has no chest.
Yes. When you lie on your resume but still get the job. Great doctor.
His heart is shattered right now.
It's actually fucking hilarious.
I was like, oh damn, that just happened. And I saw her pull out the stethoscope. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. It was like the funniest shit. You see everyone just turn to him and go, what the fuck?
On it.
Like if someone's frozen, why would your first thought be to do CPR while they're still frozen?
I'm thinking like, I don't know, put them in some like lukewarm water to thaw them out.
You're supposed to warm them up slowly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess since he didn't have a pulse and he wasn't breathing, so it's like, oh, this is
Cave
when
in
you
your
start.
chest.
Yeah.
Would you realistically start doing that before they're unfrozen? Or would you try to unfreeze them first? And
I don't know. I can't say I was trained in first aid to treat somebody who froze themselves.
I will say from personal like knowledge about what cold stuff, it's usually like cold preserves you a lot better than heat does.
Yeah.
So it might be better just to thaw them out and pray that the organs like were just kind of like, you know, little jump starty.
Yeah, because I was like thinking of someone like trapped in the wilderness and fucking freezing to death or something.
It's slow.
Yeah.
Because even like I didn't know this, but like starving to death is also I haven't seen that, but like I've heard accounts from like Greek accounts because like you know when people get into camp they talk about like how hungry they were before they decide to eat people, and starvation is fucking gnarly. Yeah, because like when you take away like a basic resource in a human being, they like their minds go fucking crazy, and the accounts are just like Jimmy died, Jimmy tasted okay, and shit like that. But yeah, no, okay. What's like the top 3 like primal deaths? You got like that you just would not want to experience. I think starvation is probably starvation, immolation, and
the fuck is immolation?
Burning to death.
Oh,
starvation.
Burning to death. Immolation
is cool because I mean, this is a cooler word. Because it's like, ooh, you're emulsified, you're consumed by flames. I think starvation, falling from a really big height, and immolation. Because for me, like, suffocation is scary, and, like, of course, that's going to suck. But, like, at a certain point, it's like, okay, it's the acceptance. Like, I can kind of, like, I've seen enough deaths to, like, I can kind of will myself into acceptance. I'm not going to like it, of course, but, like, that's acceptance. Yeah. Immolation is, like, I'm way too aware of everything before I go unconscious.
You'd feel all of
everything before you go unconscious. Starvation is, like, worse than suffocation because your body is still eating itself before you die. Yeah. It's going to burn everything before you go. And then falling from a great height, it's like that's quick, but that entire 15-second window, I mean, like, yo, it's going, because you have to get hit first before you die, because you bounce. Yeah. You bounce, and you die on the bounce. So I think those are my top 3. I could probably do suffocation or being mauled to death by an animal, because animals are probably just trying to kill you as quickly as possible. They're just going to crush your head or some shit. Like unless it's like you get caught by like a tiger.
I feel like most animals are not pretty quick with how they kill you.
I feel like they don't want you to fight back as much. They want you to like die as quickly as possible.
Yeah, but realistically, you're gonna fight back.
Exactly. So they want to kill you. That's what they go for.
Also, their instruments are not very precise.
That's what I'm saying. Like you're
good. Intros are just hanging out after the bear goes strong.
That's the thing. They don't have fucking like precise motor skills. You're gonna try like running or something. They're gonna slice you up and shit.
Yeah, but I feel like they just wouldn't be cruel about it, the same way a human might be. It'd be very like just them with the rules, bud.
I don't know. I think if they're biting down your skull and crushing it, I
mean, it's painful, but like that's kind of it after that.
Then shit, you would take any death, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying
painful,
like.
But I mean, that's it.
But that's what I said. Like, okay, but like burning to death. Okay, well, I guess animal death can be on your list if you want to. But for me, it's like, okay, if I have to, actually, let me re-rank these. Maybe falling or like being mauled to death by an animal. Which one is? Damn,
I'd rather just fall to death.
I was like, falling don't look that bad no more.
I'd rather just fall.
It's an instantaneous death.
Yeah.
I guess it's immolation, animals, and starvation.
God. Did you end up finding the clip?
I found it. I think go on Instagram to find it. It's not on YouTube.
Oh, God. Enlighten us.
No one has ever survived the cardiac arrest with a potassium over 11. There is absolutely no chance of recovery. I am so sorry. Amber has died. No, it's not happening. No.
That boy is pale.
Before we stop, do you think her sister would like a chance to say goodbye? No, I shouldn't see her like this. Okay. You can stay in here for as long as you like. Okay, it's okay.
They're still doing CPR, like, while he's talking.
Yeah, so
they cut out
yeah, but I mean, I like
they're just like, we're gonna stop now and leave you be.
Yeah, but you know, it's like the fact that they're still doing it, just like they're like, hey, we understand, we're trying. Like, it's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice. That was nice. Yeah, he was just very like, hey, this is a very rough time for you right now. But he's not coming back. But he said it in a nice way.
Like an ASMR voice.
Yeah.
What a sweet guy.
He just crinkles a plastic bag in the ear. We're going to stop now.
Does this make you feel any better?
That kind of got dark near them, but we had some dark humor to lighten it up with. Y'all got anything else to add though?
Shit, I don't think so. I know all that.
If you don't want to die poor, then you can die rich.
Listen to the Scat Cast. We're stopped.
I was gonna. Okay, we'll sell raise.
I'll say if you don't want to die a loser, then subscribe to the Scat Cast. There you go.
Yeah.
Accomplish something in your life.
Yeah,
Like this
And
video.
if you don't want to die poor, check out Sell Raise, the easiest way to make money online.
We enrich your pockets and we enrich your souls.
That's not us. We know someone who does that.
He enriches the pockets. We enrich your soul.
That's not him. Celery.
Buddy Tyler, who was
I was
who was
pointing
on
to
the show.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
pointing to
check out
Tyler.
that
I'm
episode.
sure you were, but okay.
It's a whole episode about Cell Raise if you want to check it out. But basically, they have this platform on your phone or PC, SCLLRAZE, and they have an AI. You can take a photo of whatever you want to sell. It automatically generates a listing price that you can edit, description, title, and you can set it up to like Amazon, Mercari, eBay,
All
Etsy,
shits.
all that stuff instantaneously. So you don't have to list it 5 separate times. So it basically streamlines the whole selling stuff online. It's very easy. You can check them out at
Yeah.
Sell Raise.
Cool guys, supporters of the show, big fans.
And then we always drop episodes every Wednesday.
Hell
We're
yeah.
here every single week. We appreciate you for watching, listening, however you chose to interact with us and listen to our
Gooning to our podcast.
gooning to our podcast, our shitty, like horrifying death stories apparently and everything. But we appreciate it. Anyways, thank you for watching. And thanks to Alfonso for doing this. And thank you for Darren for helping with everything too. This has been awesome. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.